Partner!
Jizzy, what's going on?
Well, my business associates, they need a little assistance. Then I thought of you, friend. Meet T-Bone at the gas station next to the docks in the Easter Basin.
Are you gonna move that thing?
He's waiting for you in a 4-door sedan. Excuse me, partner. I got a call coming in. Arrivederci.
Hey, whatever you say. Bye.
Excuse me, can this smooth like a harpin. I'm ready to talk enough shit like Al Sharpton. I take the stage and engage in a page. My name is Master Ace. 2 is the age. Like a lot of women, brought on the car because the person was a woman. Can you offend me? The sex is Cindy. How can I help? Everybody crying, cause I am a drinker. They know it's me, cause I'm what me I see. Suddenly, if you only can think about my life, should I just keep rapping, settle down with kids and a wife, and get a
Man, where the hell everybody anyway?
Hey! You a pinchy hoodah or what? What the hell? You think you can mess with me? I will blow your head off and rape and kill your family, you snake! You think you can fucking bullshit me and fuck me over? I know your fucking game, that's it. I don't know what you talking about, man. My throat! Who you working for? Nobody! Turn around and look at me. Man, I'm just trying to make some money. Keep my mouth shut, I swear, man. I almost had you, man. I almost fucking had you. Watcha? You gotta be careful in this business, man. You know that.
Are you boys done playing around?
Yeah, we're straight, Vato.
Oh, good. That's great. Now, we gotta go meet this shipment. We're late as it is. Let's go.
You heard what Hefe said.
Get out and grab a bike. The shipment has to get to the factory. You make sure it does, we make it worth your while. We're watching you, kid.
Simon, that's it. We're watching.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Biatch. Welcome to America. Get the fuck out of here.
The only color is green.
Hey there, my good man.
How do you do?
I'm so frustrated with my underwear. Get away, you're local.
Should have shot that kid in the leg. Gracias, I needed them. This'll stay with
Bitch, reckon she can...
Stick to the road!
Love the cabaret at the Crazy Cock.
Okay, we made it, but the cops gonna be all over the spot real soon. Get the van out of sight. I'ma get out of here.
All right,
Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Kick ass, man. Yeah,
We're closed, Puckeye.
Easy, man. I'm here to see Woozie.
Oh, upstairs.
Stupid ass motherfucker.
Come on, Birdstone. Come on, go. Come on, you can do it.
I'm Johnson. I'm here to see Woozie. I work with him.
You suck.
Yes, right this way. You know of the boss's curse?
curse? Nah.
He's blind.
Blind? But we was just racing cars last week.
Yes, I know. He's blessed with unbelievable good fortune. And the triad that would do anything for him? We call him our lucky mole.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Good.
Woozy!
Hello, Carl.
Hey, what's happening, Woozy? You know, how you doing?
Straight to the facts. I can't use your help unless I'm open with you about who I am and what I do. Let me reintroduce myself. I am the boss of the Mountain Plowboys.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Why don't you sit down? As Daidai of the Triad, it is my responsibility to see that disputes are settled without damaging important business.
Where I come in at?
We shall see. I'm about to drop in on a local triad that failed to show face at the last Tong meeting. Come with me, and you'll see how we triads settle things without recourse to unnecessary violence.
All right, I'll ride with you.
We'll need a ride. Mine's getting some body work done to it.
All right, don't trip.
The Blood Feather Triad have a storehouse around the block. We shall see what excuses they have to offer.
Okay, so what's all this talk of business?
Some small-time Vietnamese gangs have been making trouble. This is a place. Come on, it's this way. You blind?
You won't be needing this, man.
Now, where's that loose cop?
Hey, what the hell you doing?
Just checking the, shut up, Carl. This way.
Hey, what's with all these people? Where they
You
going?
have a problem? Something isn't right here. We should be careful. Follow me.
You love my shit. I'll kill you.
What's wrong? You lost? You need a hand?
No. I was just, getting the feel of the place. Stick close. Ah, we're here. This way. Strange, this gate is usually locked. Stick close.
Oh, man.
What's got you so spooked? Oh, sorry. Didn't see you lying down there.
He's dead. They all are.
The Blood Feathers wiped out?
Dai Lo, forgive me. I was too scared to fight, so I hid.
Enough. What happened here?
Vietnamese surprised us, cut us all down. Shit! Here they come again!
Oh, look, I'm your bitch, huh? Get up, huh? You need to shut up, huh? Yeah, what you gonna do now, huh? got more company.
You drive. I'll send them back to the soup. Keep driving. I'll take care of these murderous scum.
That looked like the last of them.
Thank you, Carl. You saved me from having to kill them all myself.
Okay, let's get back to my place.
Here, a token of the Tog's appreciation for what you did today.
Hey, Woozie, my man, what's going down?
Hey, CJ. Let me introduce you to Shuk Fu, Ramfa Li. He heads the Red Gecko Tong on the West Coast.
How you doing?
Ah Kung has sent word from Kowloon. A Vietnamese crime family, the Da Nang boys, are preparing to move to the United States. This may explain the cowardly attack on the Blood-Feather Triad. There may be some trouble ahead.
The Shifu would like a package retrieved. A courier has left it in a drop at the airport. It is most important to the matter at hand.
Oh, I can do that.
He is Triad? A mountain boy?
No, a personal friend of mine. And less likely to draw the attention of the Da Nang boys.
Okay.
Thanks for your support.
Music as soft you are, and it was in my life.
We're all going to be computers soon, you know? Thank goodness. Todd Terry.
What wonderful drive. Thanks.
As honored as I am to share my home with you, we should lure these lizards out into the baking sun.
We were followed here. The Da Nang boys are watching this apartment. As soon as we leave, they will attempt an assassination.
Hey, what's the big deal? Why don't you cruise on out of here, lead them to a place quiet, and cap they flat asses? No offense.
None taken.
We find you funny.
Look, long as they think Mr. Farley here is in the back, they'll follow me wherever. After a while, you can come out safely. Simple.
Amazing.
Your success will be rewarded, Mr. Johnson.
Wise words.
It is you.
Hey.
Mr. Johnson, it's Guppy. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's nothing. They took the bait like morons. Mr. Ramfire Lee get out all right?
Yes, Woozy has taken him to safety. Thank you.
Cool. I'll see you later, man.
It's Decoy! Back to Chinatown!
I need something taken care of.
What? Hey, man, quit trying to distract me.
How are you in the water?
What you mean? Can I swim?
Yeah. Can you swim well?
No, I can't. Shit! Man, damn! How you do that?
Your vehicle appears to be...
Hold on. You trying to tell me you can't swim?
Seriously, when I'm in the deep water, it panics me. Plus, I'm terrified of eels and squid and seaweed and...
Okay, dude, see, I know you're just trying to make excuses now.
Look, CJ, I need someone from outside the Triad who I can trust.
All right, so let me get this straight. You want me to swim around in dirty dock water, dodging little brown jelly beans and Vietnamese gangsters to put a bug on a boat in the harbor?
You're so negative.
Listen, man. When I was a kid, swimming off the Santa Maria, I once got a condom stuck to my face. Horror like that stays with you for life. Believe that.
I have a confession to make. I'm blind.
No shit.
Yeah. Although I've trained my other senses to a point where you wouldn't notice my handicap, in the water, they'd be quite useless.
All right, Woozy, relax. Don't beat yourself up about it. Look, I'll do it. One last thing. You do know that I'm black, right? And not Chinese.
I'm blind, Carl, not stupid.
The most boring show with a brand new host. Entertaining America with Laszlo.
Welcome to Entertaining America. This is Laszlo. I gotta say it, pardon me, but don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, just unemployed. But I'm back, running the media. I love this West Coast vibe. Everybody here's so laid back and lazy. I'm here with a man who gets paid to talk for a living. It's incredible. What a concept. He's called a rapper. Oglok, how are you?
Oglok? It's OG Loc. OG Loc. You hear me, player?
Yes, of course. I hear you. You're only a few feet away, man. Listen, I'm a big fan. I love rap, I think. I mean, singing songs about yourself. That's awesome. How you living?
Straight.
Really? Are you really straight?
What? You gonna question me?
Dude,
hey, I'm trying
it's
to...
cool. If somebody passes it to me, I don't ask questions. At least anyway. So, who out there wants to talk to...
I have a crush on my lady. Hey, we gotta check over there. Shit, I don't know what I saw.
Anybody? We got somebody in the water over here. He was just here. Shit, he's been down there too long.
We got a swimmer approaching the...
That a guy on the water? Man, did you see him? No?
Woozie, my man.
CJ, you caught me on my way out.
Business?
This is the big one. This is the one that is going to seal my place in the Red Gecko Tong. But something's come up, and I gotta sort things out myself. Excuse me. Little Lion, what's the news? Damn! Why today, of all days? Okay, shit. Take Guppy and go check it out.
Trouble?
The Da Nang boys are arriving today on a container ship. Little Lion's gone to check it out. I really gotta go too.
Hey man, look, don't even trip. I'ma handle this for you, all right?
Thanks, my friend. Your help and friendship has been invaluable to me.
Thanks, man. What are other guys?
Oh, they're getting a helicopter to do a couple of flybys of the ship. Look, if everything goes well, I'll call you in a week or so and invite you to my new spot.
Hey, CJ, what are you doing here?
Just bumped into Woozie on his way out. Fill me in. I thought I'd go with you.
Well, we ain't rolling. Whoa, Merlin. Strap in and strap up.
Where we headed?
The boat. It's moored out in the bay.
Oh yeah, I see it.
You better lock and load. They'll be on their guard.
Lock and load. Man, that hurt. Dang. Lost everything but my blade.
Can you see any survivors? No, nobody getting out of that alive. Oh!
Now. Now don't be an idiot.
Shit.
You want a hole in me, huh? You want this? Huh?
Watch it.
Fuck y'all!
I gotta move in. Careful! I'm moving in. God!
Now you better shut up.
Bitch! I'm gonna kill you!
You know what this is, huh? Ooh! Oh, fuck! Shit!
Keep it down. You want to bring the snakehead down here?
Not long until we're drinking cola in the free west, eh? Hey, who the fuck are you?
What did you expect? It's America. Yeah? You having fun yet? Hey, what was you saying?
You dead now! stick this up your
You wanna get
ass!
blasted, fool? Don't blame me, blame yourself.
Hey, you! Help us! Hey, please, help us!
Please! The snakehead tricked us! We're prisoners! Please help us escape! The snakehead is up on the bridge!
I have every right to be here. Smell my finger. Mind your manners.
Ain't that a surprise? I got a gun. Stay away from me.
Enough! We settled this here! Let's see how you cope with... Excuse me.
Thank you for everything!
Hey, CJ. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Jethro?
Some cops are looking for you in the office, man.
Tenpin. Alright, man, I got it. Nice to see y'all kicking back.
I wonder how your brother's sleeping. Curled up next to his shower daddy while you lived comfortably on the outside.
What y'all want this time?
Well, what we want is to get on with our jobs in peace without some damn bleeding heart liberal poking his nose into affairs he won't even understand.
The press on the
What the hell would you know about it, boy?
Whoa, easy there, Eddie. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Some young journalist out there is trying to get a name for himself.
He doesn't know how the streets work. That he's supposed to report what he's supposed to report.
Yeah, anyway, we need you to shut him up for us.
And that Stooley. Shut him up, too.
Yeah, there's some reporter who's digging up dirt on Pulaski. We don't know who's talking, but we know the reporter's meeting him today.
Take care of him.
Oh, this is a nice place. Carl,
sweet, baby.
Get the ass on.
Steak out and locker.
You are a little parasite.
It's ruining this country. Next caller.
Hi, Derek. My name's Cole, and I'm a big racing fan. I tell you that where I'm from, there's nothing more exciting than getting shit faced and going down to 110 degrees and watching cars going to tunnels and several hours.
Hey, I think that's what it's all about. That and putting a bunch of stickers on the car.
Yeah, well, really gets on my nerves. I mean, I'm a ball player.
Did you buy your license?
Probably a lot of guys did. This ain't Lonely Hearts. I mean, let's stop showering each other in golden sports drink and get this ball back in play. Hello, caller.
I asked one and sick, I tell you. Internet. This has never been the same since they had the Olympics here years ago. Can't believe it now. I'm gonna go through Hamilton with me. The long jump, look at me. I used to really high. Great. I have a time.
It's distracting us from our primal urge to paint your face with war paint, whip yourself into a sweaty, gigantic Frankie, and then go annihilate and hospitalize complete strangers. Then you bang a bimbo on the sidelines. Bang, bang, bang. Look, I love high school football, and I love gymnastics. Hey, Jack, from Idol. They can use the attention, and that's all we have time for. Okay, hey, I'm Derek Zachary. Till next time, play safe, people. Go, baby, go team!
You're listening to WCTR. Or maybe you aren't. Maybe you became so offended that the tight end zone has no female callers that you changed stations. I know I would, and have. I'm not here anymore. Area 53 is next. Don't say we didn't warn you.
Did the government recruit school children to beat you up in school? Are goldfish really communist spies? I'm Marvin Trill. This is Area 53. I'm broadcasting live from my mobile home in the desert. I'm telling you, it's hot like alien balls in here, going to the conspiracy lines.
Hi, my name's Adam First. I've been doing some much-needed surveillance in the desert while hang gliding. I've noticed a peculiar trailer compound where a man is running around in a spacesuit conducting weird rituals with domestibots.
What? Well, he probably wants you to leave him alone. Get a real hobby, like pretending to be someone on TV. Next, caller.
It's me again.
You?
Now, come on, man. Tell the people about the desert. How come there's something missing, huh? A map with things missing ain't a real map, and that's what they feed us. Well, that and female hormones and a water supply.
I hear you on that.
I'll call back when I got proof. You better not be tracing this call.
I don't trace calls. Everything in life should be anonymous. I tell my various partners that all the time. Rick from Blueberry Acres, what do you think?
Islam.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Kratz.
Truth is wisdom, brother. And brother, wisdom works. That's why we made it up.
You and I have a lot in common. Vivian is calling in from Carcer City and wants to talk about crop circles.
Oh, wow. I never thought I'd actually make it on the show.
Is that because you have a girl's name? Well, here's a conspiracy. Your mom hates you.
Holy shit, how'd you know that?
Next caller.
I go to a lot of demonstrations to pick up religious pamphlets. None of them say anything about the aliens.
Try reading between the lines. And if that doesn't work, do some. Then you'll understand all about the aliens and just wait. It could be true.
My teeth feel great, but I feel icky, all dirty and used like a sex object.
I'll tell you what makes me feel icky. The fact I haven't washed in 2 months. Whatever you do, trust nobody. Next caller.
I am a Domesticbot. My name is 632369439.
Well, that's not a very original name. I didn't know robots listened to this show.
We know what you are doing to my Domesticbot brothers and sisters.
Enough of that, little guy. Sounds like he's been programmed for evil. All right, let's get to the real meat and potatoes. Newsmen lying to our face about weather balloons. Historians ignoring my proof that WW2 didn't happen. The FDA infiltrated by the very device they're supposed to regulate. Well, mind control devices. But we'll have to leave that for now. You are leaving Area 53. You've been abducted. Until next time, stay alert. They're after you.
You're leaving Area 53. Check your rectum.
Today, we marched on from Fort Strother after sunrise to a creek village where our troops fought the savages and shot them like dogs.
Honey, it's time for bed.
Hang on a second. I'm killing a squaw. Take that, you pagan bitch. No.
Him and his commemorative miniatures. My husband was getting so bored working and he didn't have an interest to spend money on. But he's always loved history. Then I heard about grown men who like to play with toy soldiers.
War is so interesting. With commemorative miniatures, I began by faithfully rebuilding the charge of Labor Day. And after that, the Trail of Tears. I've built accurate recreations of 15 significant battles, as well as training camps, prisoner of war camps, and forced labor death camps. Now I spend all my time painting toy soldiers and attending conventions.
Commemorative miniatures. They're instantly collectible and a great value. For just 37 monthly payments of $19.99, you get a starter pack allowing you to recreate the battle of your choice. Show your inability to deal with present-day problems by recreating scenes of mass slaughter from the past.
Reenacting battles is great for your marriage, too. One night, my husband's General Custer. The next, Napoleon. On Saturdays, I'm a Cambodian villager, and he's a GI that has his way with me.
Then I kill her.
Commemorative miniatures. They're not toys. They're very valuable, collectible 2-inch pewter model armies. This is a hobby you can't afford to miss out on.
Have you heard the #1 gardening show in San Andreas? If not, here's what you're missing.
Pesticides. Exploring damp gopher holes. My new walk-in closet. What's on your mind about gardening?
Tubers and root vegetables.
Oh, God, not you again.
Is it okay to cut the eyes out of a potato and eat it?
Well, why don't I come over and cut your eyes out and eat you? What a silly question. If you purchase the Gardening with Maurice calendar, it's in the August section, next to the picture of the firefights and the cute Pomeranian puppy.
Yeah, I bought that calendar, but on every page, you're naked and in a different garden.
Damn, where I put it? Where the hell did I put it? Shit.
Hey, Holmes, you okay?
Yeah, Woozy left a message say I gotta go get Jizzy's phone after he made the call. Then I can ambush the meet and take down those baller pushers from Los Santos.
Hey, homie, you want me to roll with you?
Nah, this is a one-man job. I gotta stay real low-key. I was thinking about welding some shit together and making me a silencer.
You're fucking crazy, Holmes. You gotta get out of this ghetto mentality.
So what you thinking?
Let me show you. Check this out, Holmes. Here, take mine.
Where'd you get that?
Same place I bought my pants, Holmes. This is America.
Listening today, and especially don't listen to yesterday. The past is irrelevant.
Most of them in San Andreas. Our organization is banned immigration green cards outright to preserve the status quo in our country. Protest on Proposition 832. Illegal aliens do a valuable job of professionals and set free life. America is not the land of animals. They have no rights. They have no status. They have expectations. And it's a win-win for America. If we give them green cards, soon they'll be just like us. Overweight, unhappy, so lazy they can meet no tasks. Go get some Proposition 832.
You ain't getting in.
Give me some room. Give me some room, bitch! It's that time of the week again. Your provider is about to make that special call. If I think for a moment that one of you hoes is hustling me,
You better make a bigger cut this week, Jizz. We running low, honey.
Shut up, bitch. I'm handling business.
Don't you even raise your voice at me,
Nah,
asshole.
shut up, bitch. You funky ass.
What a dick.
Hey, Jizzy, I need to holler at you.
Well, talk then, friend. I mean, that's all we ever do. Kind word here, wise saying there. Shit, I'm a walking book of proverbs.
No, you fucked up.
Come on, man. Hey, I get it wrong, you know? I'm imperfect, you know, like, hey, not a kind man, not a wise man, you know, not a smart man, but dear Lord, I tried.
No, you fucked up when you trusted me, player.
Come on, baby.
Ass selling, yay pushing, piece of shit trash.
Oh, Lord. What y'all waiting on, huh? Somebody cap this nigga, man.
You won't be needing this now. Don't blame me, blame society. You wanna hold?
I don't have to hurt him.
Come here. I'd give up now if I was you. Hey, Caesar,
Hey, dude, what's up?
I need you to meet me at Pier 69. We gonna take down the Loco Syndicate.
Okay, Holmes, you need some backup?
Nah, man, I got it covered.
Hey, Holmes, I'm up here. Go around the back.
Hey, man.
Nice job getting that phone message. What's up with Jizzy?
Dead. So what's the plan?
T-Bone security got here real early. They got men on the roofs watching over the pier. Hey, okay. Yeah, I see you. That was Woozy's boys. They're in place. Look down by the side entrance.
Shit, they heading up to the roof.
Shit! Mina, we're gonna have to take out T-Bone's men on the rooftop before this whole gig blows wide open. Shit, they walked right into it. One of those Triad boys is down. Hey, there's still some on the left, CJ.
Man, my busing was tight.
Here comes T-Bone.
And here's that Snake Rider. Look at that fool, hanging out with the ballers like they was lifelong pals. Something ain't right. Where's Torino?
Chopper inbound!
That's gotta be Torino. Oh shit, he'll see the bodies on the rooftops.
It's too late, man. He's tripping out, Holmes.
Smoke grenades? So much for a surprise. Come on, we gotta take these fools right now.
Mendez, I see you, Rifa motherfucker!
Hey, Ryder, Sherm-head asshole, where you think you going?
Can't stop me.
He's headed for those boats!
Don't worry about it, I got this.
Carl, it's Woozy. I've got some information for you.
Hey, Woozy, what's the business?
My man found that van you were looking for by the helipad downtown.
And Torino?
Yep, he's there. Apparently he's about to take some merchandise and cut up a helicopter. They've already started loading boxes.
Something about Torino don't add up. Holler back if you hear something. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Hi, is Mark there? It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah, how can I forget? Wow, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in
Hi, Marks.
Someone must change your mind. Salinger is telephone for those difficult conversations.
Lucifer, son of...
Yo, fellas, I can take care of this.
You think I'ma give up?
Stuck in your TV. Oh, that game is too fucking sweet. In fact, the wizard brought you some treats to eat. Toot toot, say toot toot backwards. Hey, your mama, she needs some fun. You talking about your mama? Stop worrying about everything. Start moving, soldier. That's an order.
Gangbanger, am I right?
Carl! You're a fucking hero down in LS. I just spoke to my cousin.
Not with my people, I ain't. Shit's still fucked up. Man, I got homies I used to run with that turn they back on me over this.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do, huh?
Fucking Ryder, man. That was my homie. And I killed him.
Fucking midget deserved it, eh? Little asshole tried to bang your sister, you know that?
No. For real? Shit. Maybe you right then, man, but...
Cheer the fuck up! You're going soft on me, man. You did something good, eh?
Yes, you did. But this isn't over yet.
What you mean?
Well, your former friends have a factory. And the way I see it, if you take that out, you will have put them out of business for good.
Yeah.
CJ.
Who is this?
I work for Woozy. He told me to call you.
Alright, what's up?
I'm rigging a car with explosives so you can take out the crack factory. Drop around the garage downtown.
Cool. I'll be at you in a minute. Hey, man, is it ready?
She's all set. Get in. She's packing enough to take out that crack lab. I've wired in a delay timer to give you time to get out.
Cool, good looking.
Hey, some local bastard is blasting on our homeboys! Get out there and kill the fool!
A legend. A song to play while you're taking
I get all choked up every time I had to say this. I just want to be friends.
Soul has to have integrity. But not at the expense of record sales.
Have I missed something here?
You teach your children a lot of good American values, but have you taught them how to have fun? For family entertainment that...
Huh? What? You should have ran away. Cool now, huh? With me? Oh, Don't blame me, blame society. You wanna get blasted, fool? Get the fuck out of here. Ah, don't screw with me!